Hi YouTube, I'm back again. I am trying to get as many videos as I can done while my kids are sleeping. My best friend has sent me a link that has baby tag questions on it, but since my internet is like, oh my god, slow, I can't get the questions like I want to get them. So, she sent me the questions on Facebook, so I'm going to do this video as my baby tag question video. There's 16 questions, so if you're going to be wondering why I'm looking away, is because I have to read the questions on Facebook, and I have people texting me at the same time, so, I'm going to start with the questions. I do have two older children, which they're 3 and 2, so I'm going to try to answer these questions as much as I can remember because I do not have their baby books right on the side of me. And since these questions are mostly about them at birth, it's kind of hard to answer them. But I'll try my best to answer them. Question number 1. Your baby's weight and height at birth and at 2 months. Jaden was 6 pounds, 1 ounces. She was 19 inches long. Caleb was 7 pounds, 9 ounces, and he was 21 inches long. Yeah, he was a little longer than his sister. 2 months old, I have no clue. Since I was like years ago. But that is written down in the baby book, I think, in my daughter's. I'm not sure. I don't think she gained any weight though. Question number 2: How many newborn diapers, size 1, brand you liked? My daughter was in preemie diapers. She was never in newborn diapers. She stayed in preemie diapers for a few months. And we got her diapers from Babies R Us. My son was never in a newborn diaper. He was automatically in a size 1. And I think we did Swaddlers from Walmart in a yellow pack because it had the umbilical cord cut out, I guess. That's the ones we used. And it has a little line on it that tells you when they pee. And so we used those. Number 3, how long in newborn clothes and 0 to 3 month clothes? Jaden was in 0 to 3 months until she was about 6 months old because she started out in preemie clothes because she was really small. Caleb, I think he was in 0 to 3 months for the first 3 months of his life. Because he grew and he ate, so he didn't stay in 0 to 3 months that long. Number 4, what size diaper bag would you recommend and what brand? I would not recommend no diaper bag brand, because I went through many diaper bags. I bought a small little cute pink diaper bag for my daughter. And I ended up getting a bigger bag, a big Jeep bag, because she had acid reflux really bad, so we had to carry more clothes, more receiving blankets and stuff like that. Caleb, I had a regular diaper bag from Walmart, which broke. Like they rip easy, where the handle connects to the bag rips. So I really don't recommend any diaper bag brand because they all break. I bought a $35 diaper bag. It had her name embroidered on it, my daughter Jaden, and it tore like a month after I had it. So I don't think the diaper bag really matters. The diaper bag I'm getting for the new baby, it's going to go according to my baby shower theme, which is zebra print. So it's like a black diaper bag with zebra print on it, and it has a little zebra on the front. So it's really cute. Number 5, did you use your swing? I did not use a swing for my daughter. She hated it, did not like it. They supposed to put the baby to sleep, and all my daughter wanted to do was cry. So we did not use a swing for my daughter. We used a bouncer and then a walker. For my son, we used the swing until he was about 7 months old, when he was too heavy for it to swing. But he liked his swing. We are getting a swing for this one, so hopefully she likes it, because the swing is pretty expensive. Number 6, would you recommend buying a playmat? Not necessarily, I don't. I never use a playmat for my kids, none of them. All I did was put a blanket on the floor, like a big comforter on the floor, propped her up on a pillow, and put toys all around her. So that's like the cheapest way to go for a playmat. They usually on a playmat, they play on their back, and I was terrified to put my kids on their back. But I really don't recommend. I mean, if you want a playmat, you can get a playmat. I've seen some pretty cute ones, but we go cheap. So we do comforter, pillows, and toys on the floor. Number 7, would you recommend buying a bouncy set? I had a bounce set for my son. He played in it a little while during the daytime. He didn't really like it that much, but I did not buy it. It was given to me by a friend. My daughter, I did not get no bounce set, which I really don't know what that is. If it's a bouncer, I've gotten a bouncer for both my kids, which is really helpful to get a bouncer when they hit about 4 months old, when you're trying to feed them, because you can't really sit them up in a high chair, and they really don't sit up on their own just yet. So a bouncer is really good with the when you're feeding your baby at 4 months old. Number 8, would you recommend a bassinet and a pack and play? I know my best friend is like terrified of bassinets, but she has reason why. I bought a bassinet for both my kids, Jaden and Caleb, and I am buying one for this one, only because my kids tend to come out tiny, and I will not put them in a crib that early, so I get a bassinet. Pack and play, I used it for my daughter, and only when I went places. When she was like newborn and she slept a lot, instead of keeping her in a car seat, when I'd go to my cousin's house, I stuck her in the pack and play bassinet part. But I really don't recommend a pack and play, because my kids never stayed in a pack and play. But I kind of would recommend a bassinet, unless you're like a co-sleeper, but my kids don't sleep in a bed with me, so I'll put them in a bassinet. Number 9, did your child use a soother? What brand? My kids both took pacifiers. They were the Nook kind, I think. It's the brand that makes the really small pacifiers. I have one, but it's not on me. It's put up in my daughter's little memory box. They both took the same pacifiers. Now, my son has jumped from brand to brand to brand, and he takes any kind of pacifier. Number 10, one must-have item. I have no idea what that is. It depends on, I'm pretty sure it's a diaper. I mean, whew. I know I had a lot of stuff. Maybe a diaper bag, or something to keep all your stuff in. Bottles. Even I'm breastfeeding, so I'm even still gonna have bottles. I've then picked out the name brand bottles I want. Already got my breast pump and everything like that. So I'm not really sure of one must-have item. Number 11, an item you wouldn't have bought. I didn't mostly buy none of my stuff. My family has for like my baby showers and stuff. But for my daughter, I definitely wouldn't have spent money on a swing. And for my son, everything I had I used. A swing, the bouncer, everything I had I used. So it's not nothing I wouldn't have had bought. Number 12, any advice for breastfeeding or bottle feeding? I did not know this when I was breastfeeding, but if you're planning on breastfeeding only at the hospital, don't do it. If you're going to breastfeed at the hospital, breastfeed for the first 6 weeks. My kids, I only breastfed at the hospital. When I got home, I was using a breast pump, and the milk wasn't coming in fast enough. So, I was told by my doctor that if I'm planning on breastfeeding, to let the baby nurse off my breast for the first 6 weeks. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So if you're planning on breastfeeding, get breastfeed off your breast for the first 6 weeks. If you're planning on bottle feeding, if you're gonna be feeding your baby formula in a bottle, do not shake the bottle up and down, unless it's a glass bottle. Like if you're getting the cheap brand plastic bottles, don't shake the bottle up and down to mix the formula. Either use a butter knife and mix the formula or something. I know it'd take longer, or just get glass bottles. If you decide to shake the plastic bottles with formula, it causes a toxin that the plastic bottle will give off, and it'll get your baby sick and possibly death. So if you're gonna bottle feed, get glass bottles. I mean, I used them, they work really well. You'll have to hold the bottle for your kid longer because they're heavier than a plastic bottle. Number 13, what worked to claim your baby? What worked to claim your baby? Have no idea what that question means. No, what worked to calm your baby? Okay, Jaden hated to have mittens on, and she hated to be swaddled. So instead of putting mittens on and swaddling her, we just had longer sleeves on her, like onesies and stuff like that. And the cushion that goes in the bassinet and crib to hold your baby in one spot, we made sure that was tight and she was snug to where she couldn't roll on her back or her stomach or anything like that. That worked. Singing to her or humming, it worked. Pacifiers, that was like the best item to ever have. Caleb, he loved the hand mittens. He always wanted to be swaddled. So when he was cranky and the pacifier didn't work and he wasn't hungry or something like that, we swaddled him, stuck him in his bassinet, and he fell right to sleep. So that worked. Number 14, what was your bedtime routine? The babies really didn't have a bedtime routine, because I mean newborns sleep unless they're hungry. So, but my bedtime was early because I knew I was waking up a lot in the nighttime to feed the babies. Jay was every 2 hours and Caleb was every 4 hours. So I made sure that I was well rested before I had to wake up. Number 15, your hair, eye color, and partners and babies. My natural hair color is blonde. This hair color, that's dye. So my natural hair color is blonde. My husband's natural hair color is black. Both her eyes are hazel. My daughter has brown eyes and blonde hair, and my son has, I think, hazel eyes and blonde hair, or they're brown. I don't know. But my kids call it my hair color, and I don't know where they got their eye color from. Number 16, any last advice? I'm not an expert on being a mother, so I don't give advice to nobody unless they ask. I definitely don't tell other people how to raise their kids. So I'm really not sure. I know they didn't have anything about teething on there. But I never had problems with teething until my son's 2-year motors came in. That was terrible. He ran fever, was sick, he had a runny nose. I thought he was like sick, like a cold or something. And when I brought him to the doctor, he was fine, everything checked out right. So it was, his teeth was breaking in. So I went and bought some Orajel, which the baby Orajel didn't work, Benadryl didn't work. So I went and bought, adult Orajel, which it helped. If you're planning on getting glass bottles, don't be aware if your kid doesn't hold the bottle upright when they're supposed to. My daughter was holding a 4-ounce bottle by herself when she was like 3 months old. And my son was holding up a 4-ounce bottle around 2 to 3 months old. Jaden started holding up an 8-ounce bottle when she was about 4 months old. Caleb was 8. Because Caleb had the glass bottles, so they're more heavier than a regular bottle. Also, don't prop your baby's bottle up like with a blanket or something. The doctor recommends that you hold your baby while you feed it. Not only does it give you like a connection with your baby, but it also helps your baby not catch like ear infections or stuff like that. So I guess that's the advice I can give people. I mean, that's all the questions. So this is my baby tag question video. I'm sure if I find, or if my friend finds another video, I'll upload it. So bye.